What is up there, SEO pros? Welcome back. We're going to be doing our final insurance audit for Chris that we're working on with the other two in the series. So, like I always say, if you like these videos, make sure you let me know by leaving a like. If you haven't done so already, and hit the subscribe button and then press the little bell icon next to it so you can get notifications when I go live. Also, we're about to hit 5,000 subscribers, so I'm going to be doing a giveaway. Anybody who wants to enter the Facebook group, it is in the link, and if you invite 3 people to the Facebook group, I will enter you into our giveaway, which is a free $200 live audit on you or your client's website. All you have to do is just invite 3 people to the group once you're in. So with that out of the way, let's just dive into it. So you can see this is the search console. We're actually going to go and do our usual screaming frog crawl. So let me just grab this URL, Affordable Insurance TN. AffordableInsuranceTN.com, and grab that, and go to Screaming Frog. It's going to take a second. While that loads, let's open up Mozbar and start looking at the on-page basics. So first of all, as we can see, no SSL. So we're going to want to get that set up. So let me just open up my text editor. Roadmap audit for AffordableInsuranceTN.com. Number 1, get SSL set up on site. See, Screaming Frog's up. There we go. Put in our URL. So other than that, the title tag is too long, so we need to do basic on-page optimizations for title tags. The next thing that we're going to look at is the meta description, and it doesn't look like we're putting our location in there, which is what we're targeting, so not targeting location with meta description. We're using the meta keywords tag, we don't want to use that. No H1s. Bold and italics looks decent, actually just bold, and then we got alt text, which is great. Load time's awesome. Let's still check if we can do anything else for that. And we got a canonical. Now let's log in for our link metrics. We're probably going to cross-check this with Ahrefs too, so don't worry about that. Actually, that's probably the wrong password. Oh wow, you guys give me a lot of comments already. Dude, Coach Moy, Chase in Red, what's up? Or Chaz in Red? Victor, hey, Stuart says, hey Chase, what tools do you use for a free site audit? I use Screaming Frog, Mozbar. Sometimes I'll use like SEO Centro, Ahrefs. It really depends if it's local or national or e-commerce or whatever. So Hale says Moz Open Site Explorer. Victor says, I think there's a trial though. Screaming Frog, Victor, yeah. How do you check for SSL? You can just use Mozbar, it'll tell you. Or you can just look at the URL. Not sure, waiting for the SEO pros to come on who's working as an SEO right now. Alright, so let's go back to our link metrics. So we've got a page authority of 27, domain authority of 14, 65 links that we can see. Let's check out the schema and the OG data. And no micro formats, but that's not really a big deal if we're using JSON LD for our schema. So the OG data could be improved as well. So optimize OG data. No schema. Ad schema, especially local markup. And then the images should be compressed. They could use browser caching. That looks pretty good. Using a fav icon, as you can see there, which is good. And then we just want to make sure that the other version redirects to this version, which it does not. So that's a big problem. That's going to be in the top 10. All right. So there's going to be tons of duplicate content right now because they don't redirect. Or maybe it does. Maybe that's weird. How did I get to the other version? Oh, unless, oh, I see what's going on. Okay, so let's just go into here. It was already at www, but I took it out and I thought it was the, yeah, okay, so it does redirect, sorry. My bad. So we get rid of that. Now let's check out the site. I wish I had like Power Mapper so we could look at the actual layout, but no big deal. The link styles look good. It looks like they are targeting different locations, so let's go into these separate locations. So these are not going to be ranking very well in these areas because there's not very specific. So for all location pages, we want to make them more specific to that area so we can rank, so that we can rank them and add schema for those specific areas as well. It's cool that we got the link styles, but we just want to make sure we're doing that. Also, this click here for more information is kind of a lame call to action. We probably want to change that. Change CTA on homepage to be less generic. All this text looks pretty good. Also on the title for the homepage, we should pull the main keywords to the left. And then, I mean, this is pretty good. And like I said, these learn more things need to go. So change learn more in link silos to what the pages actually are for anchors. Looks like the Twitter footer isn't loading, so fix widget in footer. That's not loading. Twitter updates. Looks like they have social media. They got their copyright dialed in, which is good. And then they got their sitemap, which hopefully is this HTML version. Yes, it is. They don't have like a privacy policy or anything in here that I can see. So I'm going to say add privacy policy and terms of service in footer. Oh, actually, here it is. There's the privacy policy. So I would just add terms of service. All right, the other thing we want to do is plug them to Ahrefs and see what they're ranking for organically. So let's go Ahrefs. Yeah, come in. Come in. I'm doing an audit right now. Okay, so if you go into here, you can see the keywords. It's saying there's no organic keywords. Let's see if we just go to new. Okay, I know that's not true, that they're not ranking for any, I mean that they are ranking for some things. So I don't know why it's not picking that up. We could cross-check with SEMrush. So apparently SEMrush is actually picking something up. So here you can see affordable insurance, which is crazy they're ranking for something as national as that. But you'll see right here, this is what they're mainly going for, which is this Nashville. So I don't know. I mean, that's kind of one of those things where they could keep going for this. So we want to figure out what pages we want to target with what keywords. It might be better to create a location page for Nashville and target homepage for affordable insurance, since we are already ranking decently for that. Alright, we're just going to keep going through the site. Let's just go into one of these pages. So all of these are like really low amounts of text, and they could include images. So for pages like this, which the actual URLs are fine, which is cool, we want to spend some time adding a bit more content and media with CTAs in these pages. Bless you. Alright, let's see what the people are commenting. Victor says thanks. Okay, that's pretty much it. Alright, so let's just keep going through here. All of these are going to be pretty similar, I can already tell, so we don't have to spend too much time on these. We got the breadcrumbs, which is great. Let's go to about. So the about could be filled out more too, with silos. And perhaps external linking. Could also use the about page to link to a review page, which we could do review markup on. Alright, so we'll go to products and make sure that this looks good. So the products page should also have text, so fill out products page with more text, and redesign layout, because right now it looks kind of weird. Making the CTAs more straightforward, other than just a bunch of these links all over the place. Might even be a good idea to add text under each service. Right now we are at probably like 40 more minutes. Alright, so like pages like these, the thin content pages, we either need to add text to them or no index them because they're not adding any value. So either add more text to pages like, or no index because they are providing zero value. And then you can see auto insurance. This is the, looks like sort of the contact form almost. So you can see the title tags are decent. So this isn't too bad. There's just probably basic things like we need to add heading tags to these. Stores, this is what we already looked at. And then support. This looks okay. So this isn't too bad. Yeah, so other than that, I mean, probably just continuing to build out the content on some sort of content marketing as well, so we can update the site with relevant things that we're trying to go for. So build out content marketing around what is contextually relevant to our niche. Yeah, so let's check out the Screaming Frog crawl. So we'll go to HTML. Oops. And if you guys have seen my tutorials before on Screaming Frog, you can like follow. I mean, this is really similar. So the first thing I look at is like the URLs. So we're just going to see how this looks like when it gets indexed. We're just going to grab that, go to site, boom, and then put that URL in there. There you can see that's what the URL looks like. Now let's just get rid of that and put in products. So you can see these are the different types of products. Really what we're looking for is that there isn't like a bunch of duplicate content. And you can see that some of these are showing up as duplicate content for some reason to Google. That's why they're putting some of these have been omitted. We have to figure out why that is. And I think it's because these aren't specific enough and they just look like such thin, because there's just such thin content. So they really just look like doorway pages. Pages need to be unique, otherwise Google is going to pick them up as duplicates or no value pages, which we really do not want. So the next stuff that we're going to look at is stuff like this, where the locations is capitalized here, but it's not capitalized in the other ones. So site boom, and it looks like that's actually not showing up, which is good. It's showing the lowercase version. So pages like that too, we just want to make sure that that's not, there's like not two pages where there's the uppercase and the lowercase, because that doesn't make sense. Yeah, so there is two. So we're just going to say pages like this, and the other version, which was this. We need to stick with one variation of the URL and not have uppercase lettering in URLs. So that's a pretty easy fix too. Now the next thing we can do is just look at certain things if they're being indexed, like tags. Doesn't look like it. Let's look up categories. Doesn't look like it. Let's look up author. Oh, sorry, I'm supposed to do site. So no author, no tags, no categories. And let's see if there's any dates. Doesn't look like it. Then let's just see the final index. There's only 30 pages, so it's not too bad. And then this is kind of something I picked up in the Screaming Frog crawl, was the titles aren't that diverse. They're like, they're decent, but they could be way more targeted. So spend some time targeting more specific queries with topical seeding for site. All right. So now that we looked at the URLs, next thing we're going to look at is the actual, well, we already kind of know what the titles look like, so we don't have to spend too much time on that. Ideally, we just want to make sure that, they're not over 75 or under 55. So we'll just bring this over like this and then start going through these different elements. So it looks like none of them are blocked by robots. We got a couple of redirects we want to fix. So fix redirects on site to link to final URL. Doesn't look like there's any 404s. Looks like there's, like I said, some uppercase URLs, some duplicate URLs we want to get rid of. So get rid of duplicate URLs. In page titles, we have duplicate page titles as well, so get rid of duplicate titles. Fix the 6 URLs with over 65 characters. It really should be over 75, but Screaming Frog says 65, so whatever. The meta descriptions, we want to get rid of the duplicates there. And then optimize meta descriptions that are too long or too short. You can see we're pulling a couple there too. Let's see what we got in the comments. Anybody? How long does it take to learn SEO? Depends on how fast you read. No, but for real, I mean, it depends on what you're doing too. Like some things are a lot easier than others. So these meta keywords, we already said that we need to get rid of. H1s, or have a couple of duplicate H1s and missing H1s, so we're just going to go into there and say get rid of duplicate H1s, whoops, and missing H1s. Actually, don't get rid of them, add. We already said that on the other one though earlier, so we'll just take that out. Whoops. Missing some H2s, that's not as big of a deal. All the images have alt text, which is great. And doesn't look like we're using hreflang, so there really is no reason for us to be using hreflang. And that's pretty much it for the Screaming Frog crawl, so we're going to cancel. Actually, let's look at one other thing. So the clicks in depth is not too bad, and then the response times all look really good. Now we can cancel out of it. We'll cancel out a Screaming Frog, and then we're going to start looking at some of the other stuff. So for instance, the actual business we want to check out locally. So it looks like this is it here, but we want to find their actual final location. So let's just go to this. Boom. Grab that. Whoops. We want to go for Nashville, because that's what we're trying to rank the homepage for. Now, for some reason, the Google Business isn't showing up right now. I think maybe this is it. Let's just go to the website and see. There it is. Cool. So let's figure out what we need to do for the Google My Business optimizations first off. So what we're going to do is we're just going to grab that, and we're going to go to Google Plus. And then we're going to go into the search and put in the name. And should pop up around here. Let's just go to pages, press more. And I don't know why, but I'm seeing a lot of different locations called Affordable Insurance Agency Inc. Now, if there's multiple locations, which is why these are probably all popping up, we should put the different areas for them. So we need to do a lot of Google My Business optimizations for titles for different local insurance locations. So I can't actually go in here, but one of the things I'm just going to say is need to do basic Google My Business optimizations around getting pictures of location, team, services, etc. dialed in. We want to also come up with a review strategy to start generating 2 to 3 reviews a day with Plepper. A lot of these things you can do with content as well, which is pretty cool. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go to Whitespark and Moz Local. So we'll just go to there, Moz Local, and then of course we have to grab the keywords. I'm just going to go to the page source because for some reason this is not letting me see this. So we'll just grab the keywords, which for the home page which we're probably going to want to transfer over. It's going to be Nashville Insurance, I believe. We can just double check that with Keyword Tool. So you can see there's different types. We'll just do this one, the auto insurance. So we're going to go to Citation Finder. We're going to go to location, type in Nashville, and then put in our key phrase. And then it's got to crawl that for a second. So while that's going, what we're going to do is we're going to go over to Moz Local. We're going to do check listing, put in our business name, which is Affordable Insurance. Oh, actually, let's grab it again. Affordable Insurance Agency. And then we're going to go ahead and grab that zip code, 37216. Put that in there, check my listing. And there it is. Just going to click on that. It says it's verified, which is good. So our score is not bad. Definitely can improve, and we should be listed on like Bing and whatnot. So should spend some time manually pushing changes for local indexing through Moz Local. Now we're going to go over to our citations. We're going to view sources. Now you can see everything that everybody that's ranking. It doesn't even look like we're in that, so that's a problem. And you can see the citations for the main competitors are pretty high, so we want to make sure that we're grabbing those. So start grabbing citations to hit around the 80 to 90 mark. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to go to Ahrefs and see what our links look like with our and also looking at our competitors. So we're going to grab this, copy, go to Site Explorer, or sorry, just the search. So you can see UR27 DR35, backlinks 865. Now we want to make sure that these are not spam links. It looks like they have been going up a little bit in links over time. Let's go to backlinks. You can see these are the different backlinks. Now one of the things that we want to make sure that's happening is if they have pages that are 301ing, we want to make sure that those are redirecting to the right pages. So if this isn't redirecting to the page that it should be redirecting to, we need to make sure that it is. Or just changing that link. Doesn't look like we have any broken links, and it looks like we lost one here and a couple over there, which is not always a good thing, but you know, it's whatever. We can go to referring domains and see that we got Yellow Pages, Yahoo, Progressive, all these cool domains, which is great. You can actually see our anchors as well. That looks all right. So for some reason, the organic keywords are getting picked up now, which is cool. You can see that we are going up for auto insurance organically, but locally is where we really want to get listed. You can actually see what the search results look like for that if you click on this button. So pretty cool. So I mean, one of the big things for this is just the on page, I believe. And right now you can see that it's not really heavily targeting its keywords. And I think you can also show how it fluctuates over time as well, which is cool. So what I wanted to do is actually go in here and see what the competing keywords are to see what we can do to start ranking for some of our main keywords. Because a lot of this is going to be building out content around the main keywords we're going for. So if we go into competing domains, and then you can see, of course, these are a lot of the competing domains that just rank for similar keywords. Now, we actually want to go for only the local ones, really. So I think what you can do is actually just go to the words and then just do like Nashville. Oh, I don't know why it's not letting me type. That's weird. Well, we can export. Oh, because sorry, this is the actual competing domain, so we want to see the competing keywords. Which I think what we're actually going to have to do is just go to the. So this is what we'll have to do. So let's go to back to Whitespark, and we'll just grab those domains. So go to Account, Citation Finder, Search Results, grab this. And then these are all the local domains that are ranking, so we'll just go ahead and open link, open link, open link. And honestly, we probably don't want to go for State Farm. We probably just want to go for the ones that are purely local, because State Farm is going to end up ranking for a bunch of other stuff as well. So we'll grab that. We're not going to grab that one. I'm not going to grab Nationwide. We'll grab that one. So far we only have two. We can just go back to Nashville. And then just look for more people that are ranking organically. So you can see a lot of these are actually not local sites. They're just targeting these pages with local pages, which is similar to what we're doing on this site. So I'll just grab this last one right here. Press show keywords. And we don't really want to go for just auto insurance in general. I don't know why it's not letting me filter. Let me just export this into a CSV and filter like that. Or actually I can just type in Nashville. Oh, it's not even popping up. Oh, it's because there's so many pages. Oh, I know why. It's because it's for the keywords that this isn't ranking for. So this is actually only showing the keywords that we're not ranking for. Which I meant to actually just compare the keywords, but it's whatever. So this would be a little bit better of an idea, is just using these competing pages and then seeing what the pages are that they're going for, and then just plugging those keywords into like Ahrefs and seeing what keywords those are ranking for. But I was just trying to give you guys an example. I can show you. If we just grab that. Hopefully Ahrefs doesn't give me like everything for this website. So I just want the organic keywords for this one page. Yeah, so here we go. So this is a great way to just start looking at all the keywords, and then we can kind of just replicate what's on this page like this. And you can see this is even just a content piece, which is why we really need to start doing the content marketing. And it gives us an idea on what we can actually start doing in terms of content marketing to start grabbing traffic. So I'm just going to export this CSV, close this other one. There it is. And then I'm just going to save that for the email. But I mean, we would want to do that in terms of the keywords, and then also probably the links as well, which you can do something similar. You can just see who's linking to these articles, and then see if you can grab some of those as well, which is cool. Where the heck? There it is. So start doing competitive analysis on keywords for local, and building out those pages with the Ahrefs method listed, mentioned in the video. Yeah, so I mean that's pretty much it for that. Like a lot of these audits actually get done a lot faster than I expect. So I'm just going to create the top 10 list. So the first one is to fix all those Google My Business pages. And then also dial in landing location landing pages on website. Start building out content from competitive analysis on keywords. Fix the local schema markup for each page. Continue to build out landing pages for services and add content plus silos to existing pages. Get citations built. Get basic optimizations done. Like the ones we mentioned, either no index or add content to no value pages. Start generating reviews with Plipper and a content marketing plan. Can create funnel to reviews. And then the last thing would be to so I would say figure out what keywords you want to target topically on website. We should either target local or national based on the keywords we found. I would go with national and target local pages for your different locations. Cool, so I think that was only like 40 minutes, but basically that's all we really need to look at this point, because a lot of this stuff is going to be the basic optimizations, and then we're going to be going into more of the advanced things. One of the last things I'll just probably mention is consider remarketing through AdWords, and perhaps getting a PPC campaign going with location extensions to immediately start showing up in the maps. Cool, so I'm going to send this over. Hopefully you guys found some value in this audit. Let me know if you guys need an audit like this. You can just head over to chaserunner.com/contact and let me know. And if you haven't joined the Facebook group, I left that in the description. So that's pretty much it. I will see you guys next time, and until then, happy SEOing.